Welcome to Bible Time. We are back in the book of Psalms, but before we get started with today's Bible Time, I just want to make a little announcement here. This is going to be the last week of Bible Time, at least Bible Time with Pastor Bruce. Hopefully, it'll be picked up again in the near future, but I just want to let you know that this will be the last week. And there are several reasons why I decided to end it at the end of this week. One is because we'll come to the end of the book of Psalms at the end of this week. This week we'll go through, starting today, Psalm 140 all the way through 150. And so we'll be finishing up the book of Psalms. I thought that would be a good place to end. It'll be exactly 1 year from when we started it. So again, that's, I think, a good time. We did it for 1 solid year. And also because things are starting to get a little busy around here. We were able to sell our condo here faster than we thought, so we're going to have to move out the week after Easter. So we're going to have to do some things to get ready and be able to do that. Fortunately, there's a member of the church who's graciously offered us to stay at his place for the final few weeks that we'll be here until we leave in early May. And so I'm looking forward to finishing up Psalms with you, and we have some great material here to cover in these last few days of this last week of our Bible time. We're looking at Psalms 140 and 141, both of them written by David. And here's something that you need to understand. Here's something that you see. I mean, when we look at these Psalms written by David, it seems like almost all the time he's in a difficult situation. He talks about enemies. He talks about those who have come against him. In fact, even those who might want to kill him. And the point to be made from that is that righteous people will be persecuted by evil and even sometimes violent men. The Bible warns us of that all over the place, and you see it in the life of David. But what's helpful for you and me is to see how he handles it. What does he do with it? And so let's take a look at Psalm 140 and see what he does. I mean, it begins with David requesting help from the Lord. And just to sum it up, verses 6 through 8, he says, I say to the Lord, you are my God. Give ear to the voice of my pleas for mercy, O Lord. O Lord, my Lord, the strength of my salvation. You have covered my head in the day of battle. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Do not further their evil plot, or they will be exalted. So he looks to God, he goes to God, and he requests help from the Lord. He also does pray, verses 9 through 11, for vengeance or justice to be brought against the wicked. And he expresses confidence in God. Verses 12 and 13, I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted, and he will execute justice for the needy. Surely the righteous shall give thanks to your name. The upright shall dwell in your presence. He has confidence in the Lord's justice, that the Lord can deal with the wicked. And he's looking to him and trusting in him. And notice, he's going to God with his concerns. That's an important thing to take note of. And he's trusting that God will take justice at the appropriate time and in the right way. You see the same thing in Psalm 141. You see him going to the Lord in prayer, and this is an urgent request. Verse 1, O Lord, I call upon you, hasten to me. Give ear to my voice when I call to you. And so this is an urgent request, an urgent prayer request he's taken to the Lord. And he sees his prayer. He wants the Lord to accept his prayer as an act of worship. Verse 2, let my prayer be counted as incense before you, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Prayer is an act of worship as we acknowledge God and his power and his wisdom and his love as we go to him in prayer. And what he's asking for is that he would have pure speech, for one thing. Verse 3 said, a guard, O Lord, over my mouth, that he would be protected from temptation. Do not let my heart incline to any evil, to busy myself with wicked deeds, and to keep him from the practice of those wicked deeds. And so you see, he's in the midst of a conflict of some kind, but what he's asking the Lord for in this urgent request is that he would have pure speech and be protected from temptation. Those are some things for you and me to learn, because we can be tempted to act wickedly when people are treating us wickedly. Verse 5, he's glad to be corrected. He says, let a righteous man strike me. It is a kindness. Let him rebuke me. It is oil for my head. It's good to be corrected. If I need to be corrected by the righteous, I will be corrected. He does pray for God's justice against the wicked, but he totally is trusting in the Lord. Verse 8, my eyes are toward you, O God, my Lord. In you I seek refuge. Leave me not defenseless. And so he's looking to the Lord, placing his confidence in the Lord. These are some important things that you and I can learn when we're facing difficult relationships or actually being persecuted. And who knows what's going to happen in the days to come. He goes to God. He goes with a sense of urgency. He goes with a sense of humility. He looks to God for his help. He's not running around doing a lot of other things, but he's going to God, trusting in God's justice, confidence in the Lord's protection. Those are valuable lessons for you and me to learn. What a great way to start this week, not knowing what might happen to us this week, but knowing that we have a God who hears our prayers and a God that we can trust in completely. So let's keep those things in mind, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Bible time.